Inicialmente agradecerle, por supuesto, por su tiempo, por su disposición, y usted que ha sido parte de este programa Memoria del Mundo desde sus orígenes, consultarle por qué evaluación hace del desarrollo de todos estos años, si es que esto ha permitido, este programa de la UNESCO ha permitido que se genere más conciencia sobre la preservación de la memoria documental del mundo.
Okay. Thank you first of all for having me. It's not often that somebody from Barbados comes, especially to the southern part of Argentina. So that's been interesting. In terms of my involvement with Memory of the World, I've been involved from about 2000, and I'm currently the chair of Memory of the World in Barbados. For me, coming from a small developing country and a region that has large countries like Argentina and very small countries like, say, Nevis or Anguilla, one of the benefits is that size is not important. Your political persuasion is not important. What is critical is the importance of the documentary heritage to the region or the world. For example, Anguilla, which is extremely small. I mean, you don't even see it on the map, you just see a name. They have an international nomination about a treaty that was to do with the treatment of sailors, which has become part of naval protocol throughout the world. And it is to do with a young man that was put off on a boat with no rations during colonial times, and the ship sailed away and left him. He was eventually rescued by an American ship, and this then was taken to the Admiralty High Court in London, and it's now become part of naval regulations that you cannot put off a sailor on an island without provisions or rations. So it just shows you, but the island that it happened in is called Sombrero Island. So it's known as the Sombrero Accord. For the same island, it had phosphorus on it. And as a result of that, there was a lot of phosphorus mining. A gentleman sold what was really a fraudulent title, saying that there was phosphorus still, knowing that there was no phosphorus. And again, it has become part of civil law in the English jurisprudence, and it's known as the Irlanda versus the New Phosphorus Committee, or companies rather, that you cannot sell a fraudulent title deed knowing it to be void, meaning there's nothing there to back it up. So here you have what is virtually a rock in the sea, having two international implications that have nothing to do with its size, but it's based on what is morally right and what you should not do to people or in a business transaction. And for me, that says that size is not important. What you believe in is not important. What is right is the ethics of what it is you do and how that affects future generations. And for example, in the English jurisprudence, up to last year, there was a book written on the Irlanda decision. So it just tells you, and this happened in 18-something, so it just tells you how important something can be in terms of the memory of the world, and that for all countries, there can be something very important. Now, they're not likely to have anything else, but it does say that, size and position doesn't impact on your ability to have important documentary heritage.
Cuando hablamos de la memoria documental del mundo, por lo general nos referimos a documentación en papel, a libros, pero usted ha trabajado también mucho en registros sonoros. Eso nos interesa también saber si eso se ha desarrollado en los últimos tiempos y de qué manera es importante también preservar los registros sonoros.
It's very important, and you're talking to somebody who has been a sound archivist for a lot of my life. Sound is important. There is a problem with sound and film as to where the master is, because you can't nominate a slave. It's the master that's critical, because that is what gives you the subsequent generations. And for the English-speaking region in particular, a lot of the masters are domiciled overseas. And because a lot of the masters in sound and film, the old ones, still have commercial value, the owners are not willing to let an institution have them. And they look at the dollars and the value rather than the cultural importance and the cultural impact of what they have. So that, yes, I think sound, video, photographs, and all of the non-print media are important, but the difficulty is the conflict between the commercial and the cultural heritage. A lot of commercial people don't want to see that there is another side to what it is they have. And you're in the television world, so you know exactly what I mean.
Ha sido muy amable, le agradecemos mucho, la dejamos que siga participando de estas jornadas y esperamos que le haya gustado nuestra ciudad y que vuelva en alguna otra oportunidad.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.